Okay, here we are again. This is my second Twitch live streaming of answering Power BI questions. Got my browser up here, and I just logged into the Power BI community, and it looks like I have 41 notifications waiting for me. So apparently, a bunch of people got it back after the holidays, and there's a lot going on. So let's see here. First thing I'm gonna do, go to all topics, get my notifications up. And again, things are a little laggy because I'm doing all of this streaming and capturing from my sad little Surface Pro 4. I need to request a new computer. All right, so let's see here. What do we got? We got lots and lots of replies. Yep. Okay. So let's see here. Multiple group by ranking. People have jumped in on that. Fixed asset report. Custom sorting. Looks like the Microsoft folks have been jumping in on a bunch of oh, mention me in this. This is my post about my live streaming. I wonder what they have to say. Thanks for sharing. All right, you're welcome. All right, let's see here. Need help getting why add columns filters, advanced editor help. See if anybody else has jumped in on that. Add new rows to transform quarterly and yearly data. Moving null values. I remember spending a little bit of time on that one. Accepted my solution. Reply. Adding two measures together. Calculation between last change and expression. Multiply rows in DAX. Date function. Let's see here. What else is going on? Mention me. There we go. Name null values and calculated measure. All right, so that's probably a good place to start at least. Thanks for the answer, but it doesn't work. When I filter the measure by is not blank, I get exactly the same results because there are non-blank values for at least one product of each row. So why is this marked as solved if it doesn't work? When I filter by is greater than 0, I also get the rows because I don't even remember what this problem was. This is supposedly the solution. Finally, I solved the issue, changing the second condition of the if measure like this. If calculate equals calculate. I don't know what the issue was, but good, solved. Yay, good job. All right, let's see here. Calculate measure using a relationship. Thanks for the reply. With the measure you propose, I can see that the calculation works on the contract level. However, when introducing a slicer on the team, totals per team do not match the sum of the contracts. When looking at individual team totals, should match the sum of the contracts. Okay, what was the original issue on this one? I have a table doing this. Okay. And then what I tell him to do, or her. Clever hierarchy. That's interesting. Hang on a minute. What was that? I need to take a look at that. Let's read that article. Measure totals fine. Yeah, well. Team slicer. Grand total without team slicing 750. Oh. Oh, well, okay. Well, that's just gonna be you just have to. Let's see. Oof, slow. You have to modify the measure to take team totals into account. It is basically the same process as grand total lines. check out, let's see, I don't have it open. Quick Measures Gallery. Let's see, Matrix Measure Triple Threat Rock and Roll. Check out my Matrix Measure. My Matrix Measure Triple Threat Rock and Roll. Post. Now I'm thinking about it too. Just while that's posting up there. Alright, lots of. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys. I thought I came across this article. It was best of 2018 data visualization out on Dataveld. So just go to dataveld.com, and there's some great stuff in here in this article. The Charticulator, man, I'm really starting to take a look at that, but that is some really cool stuff. A lot to learn. Data visualization usability checklist, very good as well. That's by Megan Longoria. That was really cool. Good stuff. Good stuff to keep in mind. Report page tooltips, spatial improvements, visual vocabulary, really cool. Jason Thomas, this is really cool stuff. Something you should definitely download is the PBX file for that. And then I love, Phil Seamark, man. He's author of a fantastic book, Beginning DAX with Power BI. Awesome book. And Phil's a great guy, and so is Seth. And I'm not familiar with Margarita Prozil, so I'll have to find out. Maybe I'll have to connect with her. But there's a really cool use of DAX in that. So nifty stuff. But I would definitely check out Dataveld's blog article on this, and definitely, check out Amazing DAX, Visual Vocabulary, and also this Charticulator, which is really nifty. All right, so back. So let's see. I think this one was done. Yes, this one's over. Well, maybe not, but it should just be a modification of that. Thanks for this. There's only one issue that I'm seeing, and that is that if a day is Monday, for example, I have an H date that is the 10th of December. It is giving me a date of the 14th, which is 4 days, not 2 days past the H date. The H date, do you know why that would be? H date. Oh, it looks like it's solved, or users H date. Oh, that must be, that's in the data. Well, looks like this guy's got it handled, so let's move on from that. Unfortunately, that measure basically recreates a line the same as the existing measure for cumulative forecasts. Hoping to get a line that starts from July that shows cumulative payment dates. It looks like there's a lot of people responding to this. I don't remember what the issue was here. Max calendar date, calculate cumulative payments to date, filter all, The measure basically recreates the line the same as the existing measure for cumulative forecasts. I was hoping to get a line that starts from July that shows cumulative payments to date. For example, as of December 31st, the total cumulative figure for the first 6 months would be 1 million. The line would then change to cumulative forecast where the January figure would be. All right, well, that sounds like some time intelligence type stuff. Alrighty, so let's see what's going on next. Works beautifully, so much for being helpful. No problem. You're very welcome. I don't know if he was responding to me or not, but he seems very Oh yeah, MK. Nice. MK is the master of M. There's no doubt. I think that was one where I invoked MK. I think, maybe. I don't remember. Looks like there was a lot of activity on this thread. Yeah, yep. I do not like this new threading system. I liked it before when it was all just shown, but oh well. They did not ask my opinion on that. Works perfectly. Yay. Yeah, often. Oh, it's a video too. Nice. Very cool. All right. And then advanced editor help. Okay, it's just gonna try it. And then all right, so MK, another one where I invoked MK. So all right, that takes care of that. So let's take a look and see what new questions we have out there. Place invisible XAO between words. Ooh, invisible. Customize line chart. Select specific files from Azure Blob Storage. I don't know idea about that one, but how to pass parameter to Azure Table Storage. I don't think that's going to be possible. Let's see. Filters applicable to all boards when navigating. Too many filters in report. Starting with Power BI Embedded. I don't know much about Power BI Embedded, quite frankly. Connecting Python to PPI. I think I already did that, but I'll have to check. Display of the entry selected in the matrix visual. Report server access. Need help urgent. Access web content access. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll take a look at it. Export data from Power BI. Hate when I do that. Alright, well that's working on getting back to, oh, there we go. Conditional forming for date in different rows, for data in different rows. And then month filter to show selected month and why today separate. Alright, well, it's going to go there. Alright, so let's go over here. Conditional forming for data in different rows with different targets. Looking to use conditional forming for table with each row having a different target. I don't see that happening. So I need to color code the values for January, February, March based on a certain percentage of the individual target. Up to 75% of the individual target. 79 to 99% of the individual target. Above 99% of the individual target. Huh. I think you're going to be better off. He's going to be better off just having a status indicator or something along those lines. Maybe I have a quick measure out here that I do. I have like measure rankings and applications now. Dynamic ABC classification. It was my star rating. Yeah, my color star rating. Da, 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 da. Oh, wait a second. It's all in one. It's all in one table. Ooh, man, that's really, really bad. There we go. Well, let's see here. Let's come back to this one. While I fire up some Excel so I can copy and paste this in. But that might take a little bit to figure out how to do that one. Let's see if there's any real easy questions. Export data from Power BI. I'm trying to understand the following point. As Power BI can be powerful, where to perform data transformation, data modeling, would be possible to run all the mentioned activities in this environment to then export the data model to another service, for example, Azure, which will be the source for the dashboards to be created. That sounds weird, but feel free to suggest any export data to Azure SQL from Power BI, Power Query. What tools? Let's see. There was a blog article about connecting to so Power BI data model. Under the hood is a tabular cube, SSAS, and there are blog articles about how to connect to it, etc. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that at some point it will be super easy to build your data model in Power BI and then export it to Azure. Analysis services, but I do not believe that easy integration exists yet. But in theory, right, shouldn't be just building the data model. You know, you could point it to your Azure analysis services and then poof, you know, click a button and ship it up there. That'd be really nifty. See, need help, urgent access, web content access to the resource is forbidden. Like a week ago, I connected to an Excel file in SharePoint with Power BI. Today, I receive an error when I try to refresh the file. Access to the resource is forbidden. Any idea? This is in the desktop? Any idea how to resolve this? I would greatly appreciate some assistance. All right, so this is in the desktop that you are getting this, or the service. Have you checked your credentials under File, Options and Settings, Data Source Settings? Make sure that's the correct path to that. File, Options and Settings, Data Sourcing. Yep. Once you have the account you are using, then I would go to that location, to the location of that file in SharePoint with the same credentials, and make sure that you can see it and that permissions didn't get changed. That's a weird one. Those are almost impossible to troubleshoot because you're not there troubleshooting it. Alright, see, that's where it's that one. Report server access. I'm new to Power BI and a very simple question, I believe. I have installed Power BI report server on our server, got all the configuration done, database URLs and so on. We have Microsoft Azure and Microsoft 365, okay. I log into the report server as administrator, and I don't know how to get users from Azure AD to use Power BI report server. When I click on site settings and then security, I only see built-in administrator. Click on add group or user, I get the error, user or group name is not recognized. Alright, oh man, I may be mistaken, but I do not believe that Power BI report server is Azure AD aware. So if your users and groups are Azure AD only and not on-premises AD, then you may be out of luck. Display the entry selected in the matrix visual as the title of another table. Have a matrix visual and a table in a report. Both should interact with each other as follows. When I click on a row in the matrix visual, the title of the table should be adjusted according to the row selected in the matrix visual. Make sure it should be changed to Michael. Knowing how I can solve this problem. Reply. You can use a card visual with a measure as its value. No, not its. That as its value. Like this quick measure. Let's see, quick measure, quick measure, quick measure. Where did I put my quick measures? Alright, well, apparently I closed that window. Alright, let's see. What I want is the most amazing, mind-blowing dynamic slicer measure. Title measure ever. Alright, error when connecting Python to Power BI. Despite the fact that I do have Python installed, when I'm trying to connect to Power BI, I get an error message. Unable to connect. Details. ADO.NET Python script error. File, line 2, module, import file, and missing required dependencies. Import error, missing required dependencies. Numpy. Okay, so from what I am seeing in your error message, it looks like you are missing a Python package. Numpy? Is Numpy a Python package? That's one question. Numpy. Python. Looks like it is. Python Numpy tutorial. Yep, that looks like what the problem is. A Python package. Missing Python package Numpy. All right. Let's see, it's 8:37. I gave myself to about 9. Now I gotta get some work done. I wish you all a happy new year. I'm here because I can't remember how to make sure that when I navigate between the different tables I have created, my filters automatically apply from table to table. This is to avoid always selecting the same filter and to simplify the reading of my data for my users and myself. For example, table turnover, applicable filters, BU designers. I would like when I change boards, okay. I think maybe he's referring to drill through filters. Are you referring to drill through filters? I don't know. Not sure what that individual is referring to, but maybe it's drill through filters. How to pass a parameter in Azure Table Storage. How to pass query parameter to URL of Power BI service in which the data is imported through Azure Table Storage. Please find the URL below. Table name, column name. Azure Table name, HR bot, column name. Please help how to pass user ID parameter to Power BI report and get user-specific report in Power BI service. Ugh. Well, here's another one. We're going to invoke MK. Maybe she knows a... you could use standard query parameters to do this, potentially, if it is okay that each user would have to set this parameter to their user ID. Otherwise, perhaps @mk knows of a way to grab the user ID auto-magically in M code. Alright. Oops, I think I closed one. Oh well. I'll have to go back to that. Select specific files from Azure Blob Storage. Wait a second. Which one did I close accidentally? Replace invisible, month filter. Oh. Let's see. Get back to all topics. Conditional formatting for data, different okay, month to filter year to date. It was like early on. It's rank X DAX function doesn't work as expected. Yeah, that's a pretty common one. Alright, let's go back to here. Select specific files from Azure Blob Storage. Using Azure Blob Storage connector to connect to my storage account. I need to display data from several CSV files, about 50 megabytes in total, a lot of unnecessary costs and compute overhead. Is there a way to only load files I specify from container storage into Power BI without downloading all the content? No clue, Andreas. Sorry, man, I can't help you on this one. So hopefully somebody else will jump in on that thread because I haven't really messed around with that. Replace invisible /XA0 between words. Invisible. I have a text column, same name is summary with this text. I want to replace all the rows that has health information technology telecommunication apartment problem with nothing. Health information technology telecommunication apartment problem. Replace all the rows that has. I can do this in Python using /s or /xao. How can I do this in Power BI? This works in Power BI, multiple replace values. Replace value health with nothing, replace value information with nothing, replace technology with nothing, then trim at the end. Is there any way to do one shot instead of multiple replace? Health, information, replace value. Well, if you have this, so health, information, technology, telecommunication department. I want to replace all rows that has health, information, technology, comma, telecommunication department problem with nothing. I have a text column. Name is summary with this text. Okay. Well, why? Okay. Hang on here. Let me get out this guy. You guys can see what's going on here. So, if I understand correctly, he's got a single, oops, undo headers. It's called summary. And then we're going to edit this. And it's going to take forever to come up because my poor machine is working overtime. Here we go. Of course, it's coming up on the other screen, so you guys can't see it. So I'm going to have to move it. Come on. Let's go. This machine works great when I'm not streaming, but with the streaming, it's just a little bit overhead. Okay, so here we have. So why can't you just do a is it only when it sees this? Let's see. It should be easy. Replace values. Health, information, technology, comma, telecommunication department problem. Place with nothing. Okay. So like. So let's see here. So you mean like this? Or do you want to remove the row entirely? Alright, let's see here. Month filter shows selected month and year to date separately. So selected month and year to date separately. Data is a general ledger with many daughter companies in it. Generate calendar table and account table to connect the general ledger to an accounting system. I have a problem displaying a table with data only for the selected month, but graphs which shows all the previous months up to the selected month at the same time. All previous months, i.e. pick mark. Oh, so, but it's ugly and forced me to have separate company filters for the graphs. Since this report contains a lot of confidentiality, I can't provide much more than these pictures. Well, I'll then see if this works for you. seems like a kind of a time intelligence type thing. So we'll see if that helps him out. It's going to be difficult to do that with the information provided. There's no data to really test with. And I get it. It's in the ledger, so it's going to be tough. Okay. I saw this other one. DAX rolling max of differences between value and max value over time. Rolling max of differences between value and max value. I'm trying to use DAX and Power BI to calculate the max difference column in the table below, and for it to be usable on a line graph with a date slicer, so it can recalculate based upon the date filter applied. Okay. So it's a rolling max difference. That's interesting. So far, all formulas are defined as measures. Max difference gives me the error. A circular dependency was detected. Oh no! Circular dependencies are the worst. Max my table difference. Max my calculate max filter all selected. My table of less than that. Difference. My table minus the sum of my table my val. Oh, well, let's take a look at this. So it's 849. This is Power Query. Apply. Let's see. Okay, let's close Query Editor. Oh, so difficult working with this one. It's like this. Yes, I thought I applied them already. Alright, come on. Let's go. Alright, so, oh, I gotta paste this into Excel. Well, it's not gonna paste properly. Alright, so I did that off screen. Alright, let's go. Come on, power. Come on, computer. Let's see here. So date my val, my max my val. Max my val. Wait. Is that one of his max my val? That's one of his calculations. So all he really has is this information, I would assume. Okay, difference, max difference. All right, well, max my val. 100, 101, 101, 101, 102, 102, 102. Interesting. So that's a weird. Let's create a. Thought it was table 8. Oh, still thinking about it. There's table 8. All right, let's take a look at this. So he's got date. I hate the default. I wish you could change the default. Date. I almost never want date hierarchy. And then my val. And he's got it in a table. All right. That's really hard to see. So let's switch our theme real quick to, I think that's presentation I built real quick in order to switch up my font size. All right, yes, okay, good. Okay, let's see here. So now he's got to measure this guy. measure. Which is this, and mine is called Table 8 MyVal. Table 8, Table 8, Table 8, Table 8. So let's see, all selected max, Table 8 MyVal, filter, calculate max, Table 8, filter all selected. That's not quite how I would have done it, but sure, if it works for them. Come on. Just thinking about it. All right, there we go. Let's add that into the table, make sure we're getting what we want. Yep. Okay, so then we have a difference measure. So a new measure. He's basically getting kind of a running total of the max value. Oh yeah, that makes sense. All right, come on, there we go. And this is table 8. And table 8. And enter. And I'm gonna drink some coffee. All right. Come on. You can do it. All right, let's see here. Difference. All right, so we got the difference going on. Let's ignore the totals for right now. So then this is the one that he says gives him his error. So we'll just confirm that. It's painfully slow. I'm gonna have to get. Let's see. Table 8. Oh, max table 8 difference. So, come on, circular dependency. Huh. Max difference equals. I don't get a circular dependency. Circular dependency was table my, table max difference. Of course. My table difference. Huh. He says all these are measures, right? Below are defined as measures. Well, I don't get the circular dependency, but obviously it doesn't work. So max my, so what I'm thinking should just be, should be pretty easy, actually. We've got a measure, we've got my max my value. So max difference should really, this should really be var table equals summarize table 8 by date by my val, and then that bugged me. My val, and then by date by my val, and then I'm going to add my column max my val is going to be max my val, and then I'm going to add the column difference, and that's going to be difference, and then then he wants, okay, so that's going to be that. That's going to be the table. And this is really going to be summarized. I got to filter this. Filter all of table 8 where date is less than or equal to, let's see, I could probably use earlier here, but let's just do it this way. Max equals max of date. That's going to give me my current date of my current row that I'm in. Then I'm going to create a table that filters everything. Summarize filter all table 8 date less than max date, which this should be called max date. Alright, so max date, I'm going to filter that, and then I'm going to summarize that table that's being returned back. So basically what I'm doing here is grabbing the max date, which gives me whatever date I am in whatever row I'm in. So then I'm going to create a table. That's this filter. This is returning back a table of all of this. So it's going to look at all this entire table and return back any dates that are any rows basically where the date is less than my current row. So when I'm on April 1st, I should get back April 1st, March, February, January. So less than or equal to. Then I'm going to summarize that by date and my value. So that's basically just a way of creating a table. I could probably actually just, instead of using, well, I'm using summarize here so that I could use add columns too, but anyway, you could use add columns here on this table to add in my measure value. So I'm bringing back a table that looks just like this, essentially. And then once I have that, all I should have to do is return the max of table and then my difference. So basically returning back the max of that temporary table that I created. So in theory that should work. Let's see, it's still thinking. If it doesn't, well, we'll pick it back up if it doesn't work. And it didn't work. Why didn't that work? Well, probably, well, so let's see here. Modeling, new table. So let's get rid of this. We'll get rid of the filter. So we'll just summarize table 8. And then we shall return that table. Let's just see what we're getting back. Let's see. I thought it was table. I thought it was 3. Alright, come on. There it is. Alright, so date, my val, max my val is not correct. So max my val isn't right when it's calculated that way, which is strange. And then difference isn't right, so that's why I'm getting, huh. Alright, well, it's not like that. Max my val is correct there. It's not correct. Huh. Well, that's not good. Max MyVal. Calculate max table 8 MyVal. Filter all selected. Table 8 date is less than max. Yeah. Well, I said this wasn't how I would do it, so let's do it my way. So max MyVal. He wants to do, what I want to do is max date equals max date. And then I want to create a table equals filter filter table 8 where date is less than or equal to max date. And then return max x of table, and I want to return the max of MyVal. So let's see if that's returning back what I would expect it to return back. Yes, so that is. So now the difference isn't working. So 100, 100, 100, 101, 101. 1141 213151. So shouldn't 71 be? So yeah, 71 should be. I wonder if. So 51. I would expect 51. So 51 is. Oh. Duh. Duh, Greg. Filter all of table 8. Man. Maybe I need some more coffee this morning. Nope, not table 3. I want this table 3. There we go, 102, 102, 102. Yay! And there's my 2. So yeah, so that's good. So then, hey, there's my max difference worked. Woo! Alright. Easy peasy. Let's see here. Let's see here. Come on, Max MyVal. Alright. See if these measures work. So this guy, and then that's Max on this one. This one. Okay. Attaching PBIX. You want table 8 and page 3. And I did save that, correct? Alright. And then browse. Let's see here. Come on. And it's past 9 o'clock, so I got 5 notifications that have come in. So I'll check those out real quick, and then it's gonna be on to other things for the day. Because I can't spend all day answering forum questions. Aaron connecting Python. Okay, so a couple people replied to that. Multiple group by ranking issue. Access web content access. Kudos. Okay, cool. Oh, I think I solved that. Oh, and what was that? Oh, that was okay. Yeah, there's a permissions issue. Awesome. All right. All right. Well, that's another session wrapped up. So I got to get on and get some work done today. I got a bunch of stuff to get done coming back from the holidays. So I hope everybody has a great New Year, and I'll see you again soon.